in the 90s, it was dangerous and exciting. Like now it's just scary.
No cameras.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
After my first rap check, I
never got another one.
waiting on these things.
Still waiting to get paid.
All right, so what are we competing for? All right, why did you just buy that bottle and then pour it on the floor just now? Why did you do that? I don't understand.
for Instagram.
Okay, that was okay. All right.
Say hello to my little friend.
We used to have a saying called just a little bit higher. But we was talking about
Just a little bit higher.
Yeah. Because before we had
See, you can't take that out of content right there. But
we can have a conversation without having a competition.
Why you eat that like that?
Yeah.
here,
What's happening? It's Tech and Still representing Bucktown.
Smif-N-Wessun, and you know what it is. Go get that new project,
Infinity. Hey, yo,
right
Nyla, we need to talk. What's good?
What's going on, guys? Nyla Symone here with another episode of We Need to Talk. I should say a special episode of We Need to Talk because I have some legends in the building. We got Smif-N-Wessun here. How are you guys?
What's happening?
I'm so happy to have y'all on the show.
Yeah, it's a blessing. Thank you for having us.
Of course.
Yeah, we running. I'm putting lotion all over my face.
We live, baby. This is real. This is
First
it.
you catch me singing, then lotion.
No, singing Frank Ocean was amazing. That is totally being included in the interview.
Good.
He didn't catch it.
We didn't catch it?
You didn't care for.
Not the Frank.
Oh, I'm singing out loud.
Get him.
That was great. I didn't know you could do that.
You was recording that? Come on, man. Tell me you was recording that. It was live, baby.
Right, cool. I'm about to say no. I was gonna ask you to do it again on site.
Oh, yeah.
But how y'all feeling?
Amazing.
Feeling well.
How are you? Thanks for asking.
Man, I'm good. Y'all got a new project out.
Yes.
Infinity.
Yeah.
What made you guys want to drop now?
We actually wanted to drop in before COVID. But due to circumstances and things, I mean, it's God's speed. It's God's timing. You know, for us, it's been a blessing because, like, we've learned to, while that saying patience is a virtue, is true to statement. Because we had, the stuff we had gained afterwards was perfect for us. And then being able to drop at this time, 30 years celebrating the shining. So it coincided, and then, you know, even down to our artwork. So just talking about the continuation of the journey.
I did not know this was 30 years of The Shining.
Yeah, let's talk.
Wait, you dropped it on the same day or just the same year you're saying? Like it's the 30 years?
It was
Same
actually-
year.
Put the single out the same day.
Put the single out the same
January
day.
10th, 95.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
This January 10th. the
And we did a
Infinity
show,
single.
a performance commemorating that project on that day. So, I mean, to us, you know, in the human world, we was dropped it right there on that day. But it's like, you know, God's speed, again, the Most High, like, relax. Let the shine and breathe. Perform that. Let everybody who was around and those new ones that's trying to get on board, let them, embrace that. And then something new.
Yeah.
So it's a great setup for us because we still had the tension and antennas up.
No, that's smart. One feeds the other. I want to get into Infinity before I get into The Shining. I wasn't expecting to have that brought up so soon, but the features on this, crazy and stacked. Ralph Tresvant.
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce
New
it?
Edition.
Either
I
way,
know New
both ways.
Edition, but Ralph
Tresvant,
Tresvant.
both ways.
Now, Sweater, if this is who I think it is, this is a new person, right?
Yeah.
Producer out of Brooklyn.
No, is he? He's
Or
not from
he-
Brooklyn.
he produced NSYNC?
No, he's not. He's,
I don't think he's from Brooklyn.
Okay.
nah,
I just met him in Brooklyn. I'm sorry. So I just assumed that. But Prodigy, Conway the Machine, so many people. But talk to me. I'm interested in Sweater just because he's one of the newer people that's on here.
right.
How'd you guys connect with him?
Well, Sweater was an alley-oop from our brother Ninth Wonder. That's he's signed to Ninth. That's a new artist that he's working with.
Fire.
And Sweater is a dope youngin' that's taking it by their horns right now. And you can see he added some joints, and That's our brother who transcended on from the boot camp Helter Skelter, Sean Price. Of course, our brother Prodigy, rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
And everything is a family affair, from Conway to Pharaoh to Sweater.
Oh, yeah.
So to Miss Julissa, thank you.
Who else produced on this project?
Well, the Ninth Wonder is a whole conglomerate of different super producers, which is like Soundtracks, E. Jones, Crisis, Cash. Who else am I missing? Knots from VA. So they heavy hitting over there.
I didn't know that.
Muab, that's the youngin.
That's who did the Black Eminence joint.
Oh, okay. And then how long did it take you guys to put this project together? Like, what was the process?
Initially, we went down there.
Carolina?
With the bank. Yeah, Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to Raleigh. Knife picked us up from the airport, and he was excited. And, we were just talking about what we was going to do in the car. And we drove, if I'm not mistaken, we drove straight to the studio, right? I don't think we worked that day.
The very first trip? Yeah.
The very first trip, we went straight to the studio. And just the vibe. I mean, the studio was like going to the apartment anyway. His spaces, the couch, you watch some television, we could sit and eat some Bojangles. I think we went to Bojangles first. Something like that, right? We got to hit the
other
Bojangles.
joint we was feeding for the breakfast spot?
Flying Biscuit.
Flying Biscuit?
Yeah.
Y'all putting me on.
We was in the Flying Biscuit.
Okay.
Crazy.
But it was great. The weather was beautiful. It was a different change from New York, so the vibe was already different for us, and they received us with open arms. So we came there. We had blank canvas. We had no plan, no idea. We nothing, no agenda. We listened to the music, listened to what it said to us. We got right to recording when we could. The first probably 3 or 4 joints didn't make the cut, and I couldn't tell you what they called. But the process is the process, and it's great to kind of filter it out and then go, wow, this is all right. Now I see where it's going. And a lot of credit has to go to Ninth Wonder. That's why we say Ninth Wonder and the Soul Council, because he orchestrates these things. He curates it in a way where it's like he has a higher understanding. We call him the Jedi.
Wow.
That's fire.
Like a lot of these features and the production on a larger scale, he produces like a Dr. Dre type of vibe. He produces the whole project. He's in,
Nice. So was that y'all first time back recording together? Was it in Carolina, or you guys are still like actively in the city?
As far as us, we record quite a bit together.
Okay.
Like we knock out features, we do dub plates that come through, and we had just came off of another album, The All, that also was produced by Ninth Wonder and the Soul Council. So this was a hat trick for us, the triple fact.
Yeah, for us, like the first time we went there in three installments, right? The first time we went through, and once we got revved up, I think we banged out like 11 songs. So we was hot. We was like, yo, we gonna drop it top of the year, right? And the top of the year, like some madness happened, I think COVID or something like that. We had a tour schedule. We was gonna do it Still Shining and all of this type of things. A lot of things happened. We was shut down. So it was stress, it was pressure. And then I think towards the end of the year, we went back out. We was like, all right, we're going to need to do some more work, some more songs or whatever the case may be. And then we banged out another probably like 7, right? So it was a different energy after being held up for that time and then going back. And then it's like, all right, at that time, that's when we made like Elephant in the Room and Church. We came with a different vibe. So, and then we was like, we still was planning, and we had these different things we wanted to do and wanted to, line it up. But again, this is how it worked out. So it's great.
No, I love it. I'm a fan. I'm going to ask some questions about The Shining. What is it about the album that makes it an underground classic?
The Shining?
Yeah.
The beats. The beats. It's not just drums and beats. It's a vibe. And the lyrics accommodate the sound. Salute to Beat Minus Mr. Walt, Evil D.
Salute.
And the rest of the guys that was part of the team at the time. Like, these guys created a sound, like this underground basement, muffled sound. And then it's also how New York sounds. New York is noisy. It's like abstract. It's direct. It's all these different things. And that was created in the climate when a lot of things was going on in 95, 94, 95.
But they was kind of calling the golden years of hip hop. So
for sure,
it was incredible albums dropping. I think everything that might have dropped in 95 has been labeled a classic in hip hop.
You might be right.
Basically.
From the east to the west, like for real.
Oh, yeah.
But we was able to coming straight from where we was coming from, the streets primarily, and bringing that poetry. Like, so we had no knowledge of being stars, like rap stars. We just was talking about what we was talking about, what we knew, community stuff, and what's going on in the hood and our experience over those type of beats. So it was like a marriage, and it was like after that it was gone. So
I want to know about the day you guys created Bucktown. Where were you? Who introduced the beat? Like, set the scene
kitchen,
for me.
Literally.
They we created.
Wait, in the
Bucktown,
kitchen, like the studio, or
the song? We was in the kitchen when we wrote the lyrics.
Oh, whose kitchen?
I think we might have been in the basement of Uncle Drake, rest in peace. When we came up with
I'm
Bucktown.
talking about the song.
When we recorded and did, we was at Beat Miner's house in
the song
in the kitchen, the living room,
in the kitchen, in the basement, in his kitchen. He has a full basement kitchen, so we was writing our lyrics in the kitchen, literally. So
on other album covers, that was the whole wall is full of albums.
The concept was to come up with an anthem. We was like listening to guys like Onyx and Naughty by Nature, and it's like, we need an anthem. And a call and response is normally the way to go. But before that, we messed up probably like 2-3 times, and that was like recognized was great, but it's like it wasn't kind of hitting like how we wanted to hit.
All about the cash.
All about the cash, still nothing more but the money. We were trying to go with these call and responses, and it's like, that's cool, but it's not. Then we came with Bucktown, like, ooh. And also, again, stuck under the tutelage of Mr. Walt, because Evil D was on the road with Black Moon at the time. And so he took us under the crib, and rest in peace, Mama Dugard, who allowed us to come into space. He was like, that's, we fished around until we found it, till we got it right.
Let's talk about Soundboy Burial. I want to know the origin story behind that one too.
Soundboy Burial, we lucked up on that one because that was a beat, again, the Beat Miners had gave to Helter Skelter, and they didn't like the beat. They didn't want the beat, so they kind of chucked it to the side. And we was like, let us get that. Once we heard it, again, in the kitchen or in Bushwick, in the freezing winter time, we put our pens to the pad, and that's what we came up with, Soundboy Burial.
Very Brooklyn. What made you guys do 2 different versions? Because there's 2 versions of it, right?
A Soundboy?
Yeah.
I think what really made us do a second version, because we had to edit the first one. It was kind of too raunchy for people. It was rubbing people the wrong way. So we learned from our big little brother Buckshot, when you do a clean version, he would go in and almost do a completely new song with new lyrics and everything. And we just kind of picked that work ethic up. And he actually produced the remix for the Soundboy joint. And then they both was on track. Big up Blacka Jadan.
Yeah.
Blackheart Scavenger.
Yeah.
How would you guys say street culture influenced your storytelling?
I mean, 100%, 1,000%, really, because that's coming from being young knuckleheads in the street, running with Decepticons, and being just from Brooklyn, traveling from Brooklyn to Manhattan and high schools and Hell's Kitchen. That's what our life was. It's what shaped us and made us to the men we are today. So just being able to tell that story from our point of view, it was easier to relate to our peers, because as we was coming up, we was looking at these rapper dudes, but we didn't know any of them. They wasn't coming reporting to us. So when it was our turn, we just, followed the footsteps, being students of the game.
I think if I add on, that was a great question, because it just made me think. Like, this is why I like doing interviews, because it makes you think about what nobody thinks about that, right? Now, street culture, how much does it influence us? Like, really though, because like this gentleman, it grows up in a family of musicians. So how much did that influence, right? And then like before we even get to the street part, what are we doing? Now, in hindsight, like my mom's influenced me, my pops influenced me, and then like being like a recluse in the crib, the trauma, abusive home, alcoholism, drug addiction, all that influenced me before I even got outside, you know. And then I get to talk about these things and like true experiences, right? And then we start to go and walk with this. And the street culture is obviously there because we're in the street, we're going to school back and forth, and it's like it's all encompassing. It's one symbiotic relationship. But I think that when we sit in our rooms, that's where we really get to like process it all, right in that silence. It's a blessing to be able to output it in a healthy way, right? And people are receiving and go, "Yo, word, I feel that, fam. Yo, I feel that Bucktown state of mind."
Without being all preachy and trying to say, yo, this is what you have, but nah.
Right, pay attention to that. And then it's an education lesson for us to leave the hood and go somewhere simple like a Seattle, right? We've never been there. And like, what is that culture like? Like, what is that street culture like? Then to go there, be like, wow, this is similar to, so, you know, it's like, okay, so we open up, the veil is down and we can build and then see what it really is.
That brings the saying of Bucktown is everywhere.
Right.
I like that. And I love how reflection like is like the decompressing, putting it in the music.
Yeah.
What was the energy like in Brooklyn specifically, New York in the 90s? It's so much different now, just going to Brooklyn in general, obviously, you know, way more gentrified, but like, you know, what I like the fact about classic albums is you feel like you're in that world. Like I feel like I was there in the 90s. But just in comparison to like Brooklyn in the 90s, Brooklyn rap scene in the 90s compared to it now, what's the difference?
No, you just said it.
Yeah,
like that feeling is.
But Brooklyn has always been such a huge melting pot. Like you got every race, every ethnicity. Yeah, you got everything in Brooklyn that you would need to grow. I mean, you have your whites, you have your Jews, your Jamaicans, you have your Panamanians, and we're all like right on top of each other.
This is true. And, lots of culture in Brooklyn.
Yeah, exactly. When I used to have the Eastern Parkway Day parades, this was crazy back in the 90s. This was Nostrand Ave, N.A. Rock. So the hip hop was so alive. It was electrifying now because when I say you, us, we're in the game now. So we actually seeing what's going on, and we're around our other peers that's coming out and rocking, and it's a whole different atmosphere now. So when you go from now to today, now I think today is a little bit more because so many artists has been coming out since over the years, and again, is like 9 billion people in the city, so everyone is a little bit more accessible. Back then, you couldn't just pop out and see a Tech and Steel on your block unless we was hanging out in that certain area or whatever the case. But now it's a little bit more. You got reachable social media. You see people here, they put in their location, so you could just shoot there and you right there.
Yeah,
I missed that. I missed the. In the 90s, it was dangerous and fun.
That's what you miss?
A fun day.
Yeah.
That's what you miss?
Yeah, no, but now it's just scary. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was dangerous and exciting. Like, now it's just scary.
No cameras.
You know what I'm saying? It's like...
no cameras.
Like, people stepping out of the dark crevices is like... You know what I'm saying? It's like, true. It's scary. Like, it's like, yo, you don't even have to have like people will rob you before. Like people will rob you before. Now people just will kill you, right? Like what Jay said, they don't want to rob you. Now they just want to kill you.
Before they do that, they recording you.
And they're gonna record, get this. So it's scary. It's like to no benefit. You know, like when we lose that, when we lose the purpose, and we have an intent to not benefit. Like, that's scary. I know. You know? So I miss, like, being able to go. I knew it was dangerous. Somebody might have got stabbed, like, at the parade. But
and the junction.
you know, then you get them.
You said at junction?
At the Flatbush Junction. It was wild.
It was crazy.
But like right now, like dudes is in McDonald's and it's like, yo, like 3 people get blown away because like the intent is different right now.
Yo,
like,
what's crazy? Not to cut your wisdom. I was just watching the news. They're checking your ID to get into McDonald's or church.
No,
it's crazy.
See, that's wrong.
McDonald's is crazy.
I'm glad I don't go there anymore. It's bad enough they got 19 ingredients in the French fries.
But I think it's just that certain one over on like Church and Nostrand. I want to say.
They starting there. They're gonna start there. But that's how the YNs got it. Y'all got it hot. That's not fun. Like that's fun to you to hot up the spot when you can't go no more. Like
right.
Y'all missed the spots.
Takes the fun away from it.
We had dangerous clubs like the Tunnel. It was dangerous. Like, but we all wanted to go there.
Tunnel was dangerous?
We got searched up like we was going on a prison visit, right? It was like, yo, my nuts, yo, relax, yo, chill. Like, men and women. Like,
that's funny.
So, but we still went in there, you know.
Every Sunday.
And if you performed in there, you was the shiznit. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, we flocked to that. Like, and it was like,
wild dangerous.
Yeah, it was, and that was just one. You know, it was like I remember seeing 50
both
Cent
inside and outside.
Right?
Lord.
Yo, we go to these, but you know, it wasn't scary.
Right.
Right? We go there, and be like, wow, this is it's hot in here, yo. It's it's crazy, yo. This is dope.
Yeah.
And you know, we had a club that we would go to where the rappers would convene called the Lions Den. Like, that sounds dangerous, right? Lions Den, you going in the Lions Den? Yeah, yo, let's go to the Lions Den tonight. And you see all these different underground rappers and all these, like, geniuses, these aspiring geniuses. They are like, you know, it's just exciting. Now you go to places and everybody is like, yo, your jewelry got to be bigger than his jewelry.
Right.
Even the females, like, what are we talking about? Like, what are we competing for?
Oh my God.
Because all y'all look beautiful. Let's be clear. Yo, you look fly. You look fly. All right. So what are we competing for? All right. Why did you just buy that bottle and then pour it on the floor just now? Why did you do that? I don't understand.
For Instagram.
Okay. That was okay. All right. Cool. I get it. But now now everybody is slipping. Somebody gonna boot. And now they got a PPP on it. A PPP. Yo, help. Yo, film this. Yo, help.
Film this.
Help.
You know take this flick, bro. We working. # we working.
Yo, we working.
Nah, for real though.
The bag.
All right, no, y'all not lying. I'm not saying for Instagram is right either. That's not what I'm saying. But what is something about like the 90s you wish the new generation could experience, you know, within our realm?
That's a great question. I mean, man, it's like the food, even our junk food was better.
What? Like what? A hot pickle?
Like Kit Kat. You know what I'm saying? Like
Kit Kat still.
Kit Kat tastes horrible
Don't
now.
do that to hot pickles. Don't do that.
Things that have been manufactured so many different times that they like you don't know what you're eating right now. Like
That's
even the garbage is garbage. Like right now it's like now we counting the color bars on the fruit. Like we are messed up. Like y'all eating trash right now. Like come on, man. Like we still survive. That gotta mean something. You know what I mean? Some of us are still here unless we inhale some dope or something. And it's like, yo, you just, wow, son look crazy. Like that was around. Like let's keep it 100. Like our era was like dudes
angel
thought it was
dust.
You know what I'm saying? They was smoking angel dust.
That wet.
On purpose?
Some was.
Yeah.
Oh.
And some wasn't. Some
was getting tricked out of they sanity.
Some was getting tricked out and some thought it was cool.
Yeah.
But look at this era. Look what these guys are doing. Like, yo, it's cool
K2,
to go. We used to have a saying called, yo, just a little bit higher. But we was talking about
just a little bit higher.
Yeah. Because before we had,
you can't take that out of content right there, man.
Yo, he said it so switchy. I'm like, wait a minute, run that.
Do anything just to get a little bit higher.
Okay, we was from the hood. We had no access. Well, I ain't gonna say that. We had access to stuff, but our choice was marijuana.
Okay.
Right. But our thing was hot boxing. And I ain't never heard no hot boxing until I got in the industry, and I hear people talk about hot boxing. Maybe that's something weird.
And we was doing that in the closet.
We was doing the most dumbest things, right? Just 7 guys in the closet, like people were passing out,
and everybody has a
that was fun to us, right?
Passing away.
Crazy.
7 people, 7 blunts going around.
That's about it, right?
That's a lot.
That's hot boxing, though.
Lord have mercy, y'all was just a little bit hot. Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense.
And this is smoking out of Dutch Masters and White Owls.
Right.
No paper planes.
And if you open that door, you had to get out.
Yo,
you was get punished,
and you might get beat up.
You might get beat up.
No, I feel like I would need to get out after 7 blunts being passed around. That's insanity.
Yes.
Lord.
You know what I kind of miss though now? What I think y'all ain't got is good sunflower seeds. Y'all got the disgusting flavors and all this.
I've been hearing
sour
that.
cream and ranch out of nowhere. It was just original sunflower seeds. And go about your day.
Oh wait, no, you're being serious about sunflower seeds. Oh, I thought you was using that as like a PC way of saying tree, like bud. Oh, okay.
Oh man.
No, we still got that. But now we got Nacho.
Yeah, see, nobody eats that. That is crazy.
I'm a fan of it all. Don't mind me. I got a big back sometimes. But okay, what does it feel like to be a part of 2 iconic labels?
2 iconic labels. It feel regular.
Regular? Well, because it's all you know?
Nah, it's just like we built this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're not celebrating going, hey, we got the champagne in the back. Like it's us working, you know? Salute to Drew High, salute to Noah, salute to the Queens, Cynical, Smith, Queens Get the Money, salute to Zenobia. Like everybody is working.
Right.
And, you know, it's tough, but it feels good because we know what we working towards and we know what we working for and who we working for. And it gives us an opportunity to appreciate the relationships.
And it also gives you a little edge up on what's out there because now you've been around for so many years, like you said, 2 different labels. Now you know every mistake is not unavoidable, but you know there's some that you can avoid and you know which way to turn, or you can not do this or do that more and not do this less and do. So it helps you on your mental ground forefront as well also.
Yeah, we learned independently. Like we was doing independent stuff when we first came into the game. So I respect the youngest that's doing it right now because it's great to have the overhead of like these corporations, but you need to know that you are the walking, breathing media. You are the
brand itself. Right?
You are the property. That's you. You are the wealth. You're the value. You're the gem. And of course they have the great relationships to get you exposed, but don't sell your intellectual property for that. Like you a clout chaser. Like I don't care on what level it is. That's the same thing. Like don't disrespect somebody on the level of Instagram because you on the red carpet. Like we came from a place where we grew this content. From where? Right? And then we can barter that. Later on, we find out that we can barter that as opposed to just going like, take me here and keep my content. Like a lot of artists, we keep hearing these nightmare stories of artists now fighting for their stuff, you know? And then we like fast forward to this day, we hear about artists getting their stuff. Yeah. We celebrate those stories. Like why you holding my stuff for these many years anyway? Like you made the money over and over and over again. And it's good to look forward to having something that you can pass on that's more than just having a record out. It's legacy now. Yep. Some of us are having kids and kids having kids. From it, so, right? Yeah.
I do love that for us. Yeah. I do. I feel like hip hop, at least for me, I feel like it's like one big extended family tree.
Absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So. And it opens so many different doors. Like you can start out as an MC or a DJ and just put your family on, or you could just put your mind to other, get behind the camera, the computers, the engineer board. It's very vast business.
Yes, it is.
When we was in North Carolina, we used to get Krispy Kreme donuts. Like I don't eat that up here.
I know, but I know you was
Yeah,
fucking
I
them
mean,
up when you was in
you can't-
Carolina,
That's
right?
a fact. Okay, so it's a whole different scene, whole different vibe. And then I ain't know about the light. When the light come on, that's mean they fresh.
When they hot, yeah.
So it's like Tech has a line where he says, "I feel new, like a reborn, fresh like with the Krispy Kreme donuts with the light on." Right? So it's
that.
like when you ask me how I feel, that's how I feel. You know, I feel new. I get to meet new people. Like, I don't want you to be like, all right, this old head, old music. Like, this is something that you can vibe to. All right, so we can talk, right? Yeah. We can party together. We can enjoy it. Like, we didn't have, like, my father didn't put me on the rap. You know, my father put me on to the stuff that would soon become rap later on. But I had to find this on my own. But our conversation still has yet to be had, right? We can build here. I'm looking forward to it. I feel new.
I love that. No, I really love that. Because that's all I'm trying to do as well.
Yeah, well, you're doing a great job. You know what I'm saying? And connecting with.
Polyshine or?
Yeah.
My dad definitely put me on to rap. I feel like people be like, that question that's like, when did you fall in love with hip hop? And it'd be like, I feel like I was born into it, you know, getting drove to school, listening to Kanye, 50, Jay, you know what I'm saying, 90s classics. There was no other lifestyle.
That's dope because we've been picking up on that at our shows lately. Like, it's been a generation outpour. You'll see the father and the son, or a mother and a daughter, and between 30s to 50s or 60s, even older, but the son or daughter is like 16, 17 in their 20s, and just to see they mesmerized and into the music, not just here because my mom brought me here, whatever, but they're really into what's going down, and they're following and knowing it. That's a beautiful thing.
Nah, I'm so here for it. I think we need to see more of it, like more of the bridge being built. My dad used to be like, "Yo, if you don't know the words to this, you can't get a ride to school." You know what I mean? Like, I'm under pressure learning Tribe Called Quest lyrics. Like, let me get this together. And of course, he's just joking, but like that was.
That's dope. That's how I used to do with my son Hoodie. Put it on, and be like, "Yo, who sang this?" Nope.
No, I had my youngins. My son was born in 97, right? And this is me, the hip hop, hardcore rapper, underground guy. I'm playing nothing but Bob Marley, roots and culture, and classical music, right? I don't want him to even vibe that hip hop stuff.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's a fact. But because I do it, he's not gonna escape it. But I'm also playing original tracks on, original music, so he's hearing a little bit of that. I'm producing. I got him in the studio. Then I bring him around these guys, and he's a sponge for it. So and then it's like, I forget what's the name of that song, that Smif-N-Wessun song, Microphone Checker. When that came on, it was like it hypnotized them, right? It's like it's not like I play this in the crib, but if it come on in the car, he's like stand up in the car.
Oh, the rock
just
wallet.
be doing it. The rock wallet. I was like, yo, if they're gonna go to it, they're gonna go to it. Just expose it.
I mean,
right?
Anybody can go to that record.
Video was ill, everything. The performance was crazy.
What? Since we're on the subject, what was the moment that made y'all fall in love with hip hop?
When it came out.
Yeah.
When it came out, when the hip, the hip to the, I fell in love with that.
Wasn't forced into it, and
where did you hear
on
it?
the lunchroom tables and in school. I mean,
in the streets.
Literally in the streets?
Literally the block parties.
Like, my mom was a minister in a church, so I couldn't really listen to hip hop. But my dad was a musician playing for a lot of people, so he was into rock and roll. And him and my uncle they owned 45-inch back in the day, so they had to shake off that dream joint that it would just be blasting through the house every day. So, like, he was born into it, but he wasn't forced into it. And I think that's where the love of it comes from, where you're not forced to do something.
Yeah.
I grew up in the projects, and I lived on the 14th floor, and they used to have, like, park jams in the school park. And
in the school park?
In the school park.
Man, New York ain't gonna let us do that no more.
Exactly. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
What?
Come on. Like, I would look, my pops wasn't having it. I wasn't going down there because he knew somebody was going to get shot at or stabbed. And so I had to watch it. I'm on the 14th floor, so I felt like, all right, this is a decent view. You hear all of the music, and it's not just hip-hop.
Yeah.
It's still hip hop is birthed from somewhere else. It's still spawning from the disco. It's still it's still a lot of that stuff that's going on. It's just live down there, and it's the neighborhood people. So it's exciting. It's exciting. You want in, and any chance that you can get in, like when they start first playing hip hop on the radio, like you can, the swirl on the Sugar Hill record, it was like you just stare at it. It's like, this is hip hop. This is what's happening. The first time you seen Run DMC on the video, like all of that. You
said
everything.
The swirl. I was gonna say there ain't no squirrel on the
swirl.
Like candy on there. Like, this is wow. Hey, man.
Do you guys feel like there was too much competition on Duck Down in the 90s?
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
Dang, I was trying to get spicy.
Still sharp and still. And that's how we came in. We came in as a family. It's deeper than rap.
We built this shit.
That's what Boot Camp Click was about. Everybody, you better had been nice to be on Duck Down, or you wasn't gonna be up here.
Yeah, I mean, dudes, we had dudes drop it, give me 50 way before that. It's like you need to be fit for the job.
Yeah.
So it was about training each other for sure.
Why did you guys change the name? I mean, why did you guys change your name to Cocoa Brovaz?
Because we had to bust a dope move. Smif-N-Wessun gun company sent us a cease and desist. They wanted to sue us and every publication that promoted us.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was a bunch of stuff in the thing, and us, we just fresh off the stoop. We didn't have the attorneys. We unfortunately we didn't have to know how to really fight that type of situation, nor the energy, and we just wanted to make music. Yeah. So we just had to make a hard decision, and we was Cocoa Brovaz because we was just like the guys that brought the marijuana to the studio.
And that name change, I think it helped us more than it hurt us anyway, because it brought us a whole new core of different listeners. I really hate to say the word fans, so it brought us a whole new family and a whole new listening base. So it was more helpful and impactful than hurtful.
That makes sense. And this is my last question before we get into this game, but a lot of people will like use boom bap against me as like an insult. They're like, "Oh, you're a boom bap lover," and I'm just like, why is that being used as an insult? Like, I like rap music, okay. I like Drake just as much as I like a Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? I like both. But how do you guys feel about the term boom bap being used as an insult?
I think that's just people who don't know a better word to use, or they need to expand their vocabulary. They don't know what they're talking about, so they repeat what they hear. That's just like how back in the day they used to shoot you down for being a backpack rapper. Oh, now you're a backpack rapper, but as soon as you hear the rapper you like say, "I wish I rapped like that backpack rapper," now that's a cool thing now. So if you don't really know your history or what it is that you're talking about, you're going to just repeat what you hear a lot of things, and that's how miscommunication should get lost in translation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be like, I'm confused even trying to answer that one right there. Because I feel like I understand what they mean, but I couldn't explain it. Because if you took out boom bap and put another terminology in there, what would it feel like? Like if you say, "Yo, you're a drill rapper," or you're a conscious rapper, or you're a sex rapper. Like, how would it feel? Like a boom bap, because everything is boom bap, really. It does have that. The boom bap is the walk. That's the soldier walk. That's that bop. That's that. It had that head nod, and then you start adding stuff to it. But it also comes from, and that's why I started with Sugar Hill, because when you look at these guys' records, they on the cover with instruments. It's like music is diverse. So like PNC said, like your vocabulary, like expand, spread your wings, man. You're not in the cell, brother. Use free. Use free. You know what I mean? Listen, expand your vocabulary, your taste buds, your palate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, it's okay. And we listen to everything. Like, we was lucky. Like, it's crazy because I look at the records on your wall. We listen to all that stuff. And it's like for us, we fell in love with hip hop, and never fell out of love with hip hop. Hip hop is like when you fall in love with something, you don't fall out of love with it. It's like you love it. It gives you grief.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You get sick and tired of
I
it
didn't say that.
sometimes, and you have to find,
actual fact.
re-love it again.
Right? So,
Right.
and that's a beautiful journey, because when you don't love something, you don't love it. You're over it. But hip hop is not that. You know, we have
You make your way back.
Absolutely.
we got relationships like that.
Yeah.
You know, so we learn from hip hop how to deal with people in life sometimes, because hip hop allows us to communicate, hopefully freely.
Yeah.
Sometimes people say they keeping it real sometimes to a fault. It's like we can have a conversation without having a competition. You know?
Why you eat that like that?
You got me high. I'm just building.
I might get that. I gotta tweet it for sure. That was a bar.
Ball work.
Yeah. This is I love this. This is real good combo. So we play this game on here called Questions That Need Answers. All you guys gotta do is fill in the blank.
Alrighty.
Okay. The older I get, the less I
go out.
Oh my God. Boo. We're gonna change that.
The older I get, the less I what? Oh man, I was about to say some raunchy stuff.
Yeah, say it.
Chill, be nice. My therapist told me to count back with. Yeah.
Yo, we love the Black Men in Therapy, by the way.
Let's go with that way. Unless I give a fuck. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That one had to be said, Matt. It wouldn't have been proper if it wasn't. You would never believe me if I told you.
Wow.
You would never believe me.
Call it Lifeline.
I told you.
No.
You never believe me if I told you
Damn, some of the things I want to say, I can't really say because people are very sensitive nowadays.
You might
This
not
is
believe
true.
me if I told you I don't
listen to
No, I do listen to hip hop.
Oh, I'm
do
clutching my
listen to
pearls.
hip-hop.
What is it?
I don't be blasting that. Like I don't be blasting my album in the crib like, yo, where we did it. Like I don't be listening I listen to all other kind of stuff.
Okay.
Like it's done. I know it. I gotta know it inside my heart, but I don't be in the crib bumping it like that.
Marinating.
Like what helps me to know it is that the people love it. You know what I mean? So
That makes
but
sense.
that goes with all of like rap. I still listen to old stuff.
Yeah. No, my Spotify replay, there was like two things from 2010 plus, maybe.
Right. It's
Everything
difficult because it's like an overflux, and then it's like, yo, I like what I like, and I still every once in a while I go to a gym and I hear something like, oh, I gotta put that on my joint right now.
Add it.
Like, you know, and when we go on the road, I'll have like nothing but Smif-N-Wessun on there. But when I get home, I am not playing Smif-N-Wessun, yo. Nobody want to hear all that.
I'm not even listening to hip hop after I
When my
come out
lady
of the
put that on
studio.
in the crib, I be like, yo, for real? Yo, like, yo, we just left the party. You want to hear? Nah, I'm just saying the comment. Yo, come on, you need headphones?
Now you need
Not right
headphones.
now. Nobody
That's
wanna
funny.
do that.
I love that though. Shout out to her. Let's see. I want my legacy to be.
Ooh. I want my legacy to live. I want my legacy
Forever.
to feed.
Yeah,
To feed not only my kids, not only their kids, but I wanted to feed the people.
to empower.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that. Great answer. The hardest lesson I learned about fame is.
Ooh.
That
That's a hard
Yeah,
one
because
because
there's enough of those, right? I was
Yeah.
about to hit you with blah, 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 blah.
and it's like
Word.
you still learning. When you think you know, you don't know.
The hardest lesson that I can say right now is that you lose people that you love. You know? And not death. Like you lose them and it's like there's nothing you can do about it. You gotta walk with it.
That is tough.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, pretty much. That's crazy.
Blank is a movie I can watch with the sound off.
Scarface.
Oh my God, I should have known. I could have picked that. I could have totally picked that.
It's so many movies I can watch with the sound off.
Say hello to my little friend.
The Spook Who Sat by the Door.
You seen it that many times?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That says a lot about you. I'm not gonna lie. that says a lot about you.
Yeah. I knew. I saw the movie, read the book, and I actually met Sam Greenlee before he passed away.
What?
Yeah.
Well, what was that like?
Salute to my queen, Cynical Smith, because she does film work, and we went to Chicago to meet him, and it was amazing. Right? I don't put. The old man, it was powerful and strong. It was crazy to be in his presence, and he was flirting with sin the whole time, right?
That's why she put her head.
That's
down.
why she put her head.
As soon as you said
He gonna say some bullshit. I know it's coming. He had that. He had the Yamis on the refrigerator boot up there, ready to go.
That's hilarious.
Super. I was like, yeah, that was cute though. You know what I'm saying?
It was cute.
He like, hey, you know. I'm like, man, he was dropping it, and she was like, yo, you take us to the hood. Nobody want to take us to the hood. Nobody want to take it. Cabrini Green was still up, right? She's like, nobody want to take us. He's like, I'll take you. You know what I'm saying?
I'll take you.
He was with a whole of smoke.
Did she go?
Like, he's like, yo, yeah, like, so the OG.
You did? What?
Yeah, he took us out there.
That's fire.
And it was dope because, it just showed you, like, I watched this creation and, like, I'm fascinated by the Black Panthers, the whole, all that civil rights and activism. It's exciting to me, to say the least. So meeting this gentleman who was able to do that through his art, and yeah, it was crazy.
That's a great experience. After my first rap check, I
never got another one.
Waiting on these days.
Still waiting to get paid.
Nah. My first rap check. After my first rap check, bought some reefer and went to the hood.
Oh my Lord.
No, you talking about check. You talking about a
Either
real
one,
check.
no, that one's cool.
No, well, the check that mattered is when I was able to get a home for my kids, and their mom. Like, I lived in Brownsville most of my life, Brownsville, East Flatbush, and then, I was living in, I was in Crown Heights, Utica Avenue, and, Christmas Eve, they stole some shit off my car, right? I had a new car. The car, I don't care about no car, but they were stealing little hubcaps, and it's this small. What are you gonna do with that? You can really do something with that? I was just angry, yo, bro, what are you I said, I gotta get out of here. My kids can't grow up here. I lived here all my life. But I'm my kids can't grow up here. Christmas Eve, bro, come on, fam, we out. So I was able to have some money to go, yo, I gotta get out of here, and friends that I thought was encouraging me was like, yo, you probably shouldn't do that right now, because you might not get another check. That could be like that. I said, man, I'm getting out of here. They stole my hubcaps on Christmas Eve, bro. It's a wrap, bro. My kid cannot grow up here, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got to go. And, we moved to Jamaica, Queens, so it was great.
Hey, shout out to Jamaica, Queens.
Word up.
I love Queens.
Get the
Southside.
money.
Sometimes I look back at my life and...
Sometimes I look back at my life and I want to break a guitar.
But therapy. You in
Yeah.
therapy. Okay. They actually have a...
Smash room
yeah.
like that? Yeah. Was it
I
an
would
anger
love-
room or
yeah.
something like
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love to do
You can
something
go
like
throw
that.
things at the wall. They might have a guitar option. I know they got cups, bowls.
Yeah, like I always hear like Rakim, I kick a hole in the speaker, pull a plug, then I jet like, bah, I want to break the mic, bah,
Lord have mercy.
throw some shot, you know what I mean? It's
Wait,
like,
what's your sign? What's going on here?
Sagittarius.
Sag.
Fire sign.
That makes sense. I'm a Leo.
Okay.
Yeah, fire sign. What's your sign?
Gemini.
Spicy. Okay.
Yeah.
All love. That meant no shade with that.
Not at all.
But your answer?
What was it?
Sometimes I look back at my life.
Sometimes I look back at my life and wish I could have done maybe one or two things differently.
Okay.
That's vague.
Yeah. I don't know if I should pull more or what. Do you want to share?
Put a Band-Aid on a bullet wound, bro. What's that? That's light. You light-footing it right now. Let's get spicy.
You're never
Come on.
supposed to say too much.
Okay.
Well, we need to talk. This is what we're here for.
You're never supposed to. Jim number 35.
That's a thing of ours, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank y'all for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, of course.
Awesome.
Infinity out now.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys get it. Can you guys just shout out your gram, let everybody know where they should be following?
Yeah. Nah, that was my Sean Price impression. Come on, man. Real Smif-N-Wessun on the Instagram, Smif-N-Wessun.com. Yeah, I'm General Steel, spelt like that. No linguistics.
Tech Smokey Lie. All I have is Instagram.
On the Grammy. I'm on the TikTok.
Smif-N-Wessun.com.
I'm on the Whip Wop.
Yeah,
I'm on the
everywhere.
Yo. The Whip
I'm
Wop.
in these streets, son. I'm in internet streets, son.
I love it. Make sure you guys tune in. New project, Infinity.
Yeah,
Smif-N-Wessun.
thank you.
And thank you guys for listening.
God bless.
Boom, 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 boom.